Hello children. So in the last period we have started to discuss about the chapter number 1, that is environment. In this chapter till now we have discussed about the different components of environment like natural components, human made components and the human components. All these components we have discussed, and as well as we have also understand or try to understand the meaning of environment. So what we have understood, basically, we have understood that environment means everything that surrounds us. What is it actually? Environment is everything around us that is natural and not made by humans, is a part of the natural environment. So these are all the things we have learned yesterday about the environment, or in the simple word we can say that anything that surrounds us or any living organism is called as a natural environment. And what comes under this natural environment? In this natural environment, the land comes, the water comes, air, plants, animals, all this comprises the natural environment. So in this way we can say we have learnt about the environment. Now we are going to see the different domains of the natural environment. You know very well that in this natural environment there are different kind of domains. There is lithosphere, there is atmosphere, there is hydrosphere, there is biosphere, there is these kind of spheres are there, and these all the spheres are the part of the natural environment. So let us try to understand about the lithosphere first of all. So what is lithosphere? About this we have tried to understand a little bit in the last period also. So what we have understood in this, that lithosphere is a solid crust or the hard top layer of the earth, and it is made up of rocks and minerals and covered by thin layer of soil. What is lithosphere? The lithosphere is the solid crust or the hard top layer of the earth. It is made up of rocks and minerals and covered by a thin layer of soil. So from this we can say that earth is a really very big sphere, and on the top of the earth whatever the solid outer part is there, that solid outer part is called as the crust, and this crust or upper mantle is considered as the lithosphere. So in this way we can say it is made up of rocks, minerals, and it is also made up of it is covered with thin layer of soil. These are all the things we have discussed in the last period, and we are going to see further about the lithosphere here. It is we can say the lithosphere or the uppermost layer of the earth on which we live. It is not uh, even everywhere. It is not even or same everywhere. It is continuously irregular surface. It contains landforms like mountains as well as plateaus, plains, and river valleys. So we can say the surface of the earth or the lithosphere is not even, it is continuously irregular, and it has the landforms like mountains, plains, and plateaus and valleys. You would have visited or you would have seen the mountainous region whenever in the summer vacations, whenever you would have gone to the Himalaya or any of the state of the Himalayan region like Himachal Pradesh, Jammu, Kashmir, all that. You would have seen the mountains are there. The place where we live, it is a plateau region. What is plateau region basically? It is a flat topped tableland is called as the plateau. And if you will go in the northern part of our country, means in the states of Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Punjab, in these states the plains are there as well as the river valleys are there, and therefore we can say that the the land or the lithosphere is not even, and it is continuously irregular surface containing landforms like mountains, plateaus, plains and valleys. Yes, the lithosphere provides us various things. It provides us forests, it provides us grasslands, the land for agriculture and human settlement. So the land provides us whatever we require, it is provided by the land. You know, our houses are constructed on the land only. Whatever food we eat, that food we get from the grasslands only. No, sorry, the from the agricultural land only. The grasslands are very important for the animals to graze, and the forests are very important for maintaining the ecosystem of the world. And in this, all these things are provided by the land only, and therefore we can say the land provides the forest, grasslands, land for agriculture and human settlement. As well as we have also understood that the land is the, or the lithosphere is the source of minerals. In this way, we have understood everything about the lithosphere. Now we are going to see further. Now the next topic that we are going to understand is hydrosphere. Hydrosphere is a very important part of the different domain of the natural environment, or it is one of the very important domain of the environment. So the domain of water referred to as hydrosphere. The domain of water is referred to as the hydrosphere. And hydrosphere, this word we have derived from the word hydra, that means water. That means water. So hydrosphere, where the hydrosphere is basically, it is the part of the earth that contains water, and it includes water bodies, all kind of water bodies, like streams are there, lakes are there, oceans are there, seas are there, rivers, etc. When that means we can say that everything where the water is available on the earth's surface or on the under the underground water, everything comes under the hydrosphere. Whether it is lakes, oceans, seas, rivers, streams, everything comes under the oceans, seas, and rivers. So, in this way, we can simply say that the hydrosphere is including water, all kind of water bodies like streams, lakes, oceans, seas, and rivers, etc. And you know very well that water is very essential for all kind of living organism. Can we think of a day without taking a water? Obviously not. We can live without food for some days. We can live without playing for a lifetime, as well as we can, but yes, obviously we cannot say that we can live without water for at least more than one day. And therefore the water is very essential for all kind of living organisms. So this is how we can say that the hydrosphere means the all kind of water bodies of the earth: streams, lakes, oceans, seas, and rivers, etc. Now we are going to move to understand another thing, that is atmosphere. Now what is or atmosphere? Atmosphere means, with the meaning of atmos means what? The meaning of atmos means the vapor. Actually, the meaning of atmosphere means what? Vapor. But here we are not considering the atmosphere as only as the vapor, but we can say that the atmosphere is the thin layer of air that surrounds the earth. What is atmosphere basically? Atmosphere is the thin layer of air that surrounds the earth. The gravitational force of the earth holds the atmosphere around it. It protects us from the harmful rays and scorching heat of the sun. It consists of number of gases, dust and water vapor. The changes in the atmosphere produce changes in the weather and climate. And therefore we can say that the uh, the atmosphere is also very important for the human. So what is atmosphere basically? Atmosphere is the thin layer of air that surrounds the earth from everywhere. Everywhere means from all sides. It contains various kind of gases. It contains the gases like it contains the dust, water vapor. All this comes under it. It contains the gases like oxygen, hydrogen. It contains the carbon dioxide, nitrogen, methane, neon, krypton, xenon, ozone. All these kind of gases are contained by the atmosphere. And you know very well that for living, on this earth we require the oxygen. See, the quantity of the oxygen is very less in the atmosphere, but even then, that much of the uh, availability, or that much of the existence of the oxygen is very important. See, the oxygen is less than 20%, and about 70% of the more than 79% of the gas is nitrogen in the atmosphere. But even then, that much small amount of hydrogen gas is also very important. Sorry, hydrogen not. Oxygen gas is very important for the human or all kind of living organisms on this earth. Uh, Atmosphere, it is a kind of a shield uh, that survive our life from the harmful rays and fiery heat coming out from the sun. There is a change in the weather and climate if there is change in atmosphere. Obviously, when there is a little amount of change in the atmosphere, due to that we can understand that there will be the change in the weather and climate. Nowadays, you know very well that every day the storms are coming, and sometimes the thunderstorms are also coming. And why these all happening? It is due to changes in the atmosphere. Due to changes in the atmosphere, weather and climate both are changing. Now the next topic that we are going to understand is the biosphere. Now biosphere means what? In biosphere we can include all kind of living. It is a domain of living organisms. What is biosphere basically? It is a domain or the kingdom of the living organisms, and plant, animal. These all kingdom together make the biosphere or the living world. It is a narrow zone of the earth where land, water, and air interact with each other to support life. As you can see here, the biosphere is everywhere. It is in the soil also. Sorry, it is in the land also. It is in the atmosphere also. It is in the water also. Means in lithosphere, atmosphere, and hydrosphere. In all this kind of sphere, the biosphere is there, and therefore here it is said that the plant and animal kingdom together make the biosphere or the living world. It is a narrow zone of earth where land, water, and air interact with each other to support life. Means land, water, and air all are interacting with each other to support the life, to, to survive the life on the earth. If any one of this is get extinct from the world, for example, or any one of these is completely imbalanced, then automatically what will happen? That will not be able to, means any of the soil, if it is soil, or it is land or lithosphere, or if it is atmosphere, or it is water cycle, if any one of these is there, that will not be able to help to support the life. And therefore here it is said that it is a narrow zone of earth where land, water, biosphere is a narrow zone of earth where land, water, and air interact with each other to support life. So it was all about the biosphere. So we can say that the biosphere is the living component of the environment. It is formed with the union of the lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere. Includes all in this biosphere all kind of microorganisms, plants, humans, birds, and all other animals are included in this. Now we are going to see the ecosystem. What is ecosystem? Yesterday also some of the students have asked that, sir, what is ecosystem or what is ecosphere? So let us try to understand. There is a small story about it here given at an NCC camp that Ravi's class was attending. Jesse exclaimed, "What a heavy downpour! It reminds me of my home in Kerala. You should come and see how it pours and pours and pours over the lush green fields and coconut plantations." Hira from Jaisalmer explained, "We get no rains. We see only kicker and sand as far as the eyes can see, but you also find camels," Ravi said. Hira says, "Not just camels. If you visit our desert, you will see snakes, lizards, and many insects too." Ravi wondered, why do the animals, the vegetation, and the way people live vary from place to place? Are they all related to each other? "Oh, yes, very much," the teacher replied. So, here about the ecosystem is given that all living things depend on their surroundings and also on each other. Okay, that and this dependency of the living organism in their non-living surrounding forms the ecosystem. So simply we can say what is ecosystem: when the living organism are interrelated and interdependent in their physical surrounding or in their environment. This system is called as the this interdependentship or interrelation between the non-living surrounding and living organism is called as the ecosystem. Now an ecosystem is the network of relationship between the biotic, that means the living things like plants, animals, and organisms, and abiotic. Abiotic means what? Non-living things like weather, earth, sun, climate, atmosphere. All this comes under this, and all these components like weather, earth, sun, soil, climate, atmosphere, all these components in an ecosystem are linked together through nutrient cycle and transfer of energy and material. You know very well that from the soil the plant get their nutrients, from the plant the animals get their nutrients, from the animal or from the carnivorous animals are having their nutrients from the herbivorous animals. In this way, we can say all the components in an ecosystem are linked together through nutrients cycle and transfer of energy and material. Example of an ocean ecosystem is given here. The whole ocean is one giant ecosystem and may have several different small ecosystems within it. Various organisms live in the ecosystem. Plants like seaweeds and algae, invertebrates like jellyfish and shrimps, sharks and mammals such as whales can be found in it. Many seabirds who feed on the fish and other organisms that live in the ocean also form a part of the ecosystem. If humans in the sea for if humans go into the sea for food, they also get the fishes and all that. So we can say it is also the all these fishes and all that are the part of the ecosystem of the ocean. So here you can see ecosystem. In the ecosystem, which things are there? Sunlight is there, insects are there, animals are there, bacteria are there, plants are there, rocks are there, algae, protozoans, fungi, plankton, soil, minerals. All these things are the part of the ecosystem. Nothing of this is out of the part of the ecosystem. So in this way we can say here we have done with this chapter. We have done with this topic. The remaining part of the same chapter we will be doing in our next period. In the next period, we are going to understand about the human environment, and it is the last topic of the chapter. And then we will discuss the different questions and answers. Thank you very much.